Maybe your attitude will change.
I had enough winter for the rest of my life. 7:06. Hey, a new water main problem to deal with in Prince George's County with a break early this morning in Hyattsville.
Here along Adelphi Road near Bellcrest, the base of a person's driveway and the sidewalk are now part of a roughly 12-foot wide hole filled with muddy water. It's the result of a break that happened around 1 a.m., leaving 40 residents without water, although no further restrictions are in place. The broken main was 12 inches in diameter, much smaller than the damaged 54-inch main that threatened to knock out water service to 100,000 residents. Repair crews are now on the scene. WSSC estimates that getting the water back on is a 6 to 12-hour job. In Hyattsville, John Aaron, WTOP News.
Repairs are moving into final stages on the water main that caused water restrictions in Prince George's County. WSSC says a special fiber optic cable that's used to monitor the pipes has now been installed. Full service expected to be back by the weekend, but water restrictions remain in effect for now.
It's 7:07.
Food Lion presents a Lion's 2 cents on big deals.
Hollywood actresses making $20 million a picture think they're a pretty big deal. But I say a mom who saves serious moolah on groceries is the real star. That's just my 2 cents.
Saving money made sensible with Food Lion's MVP Big Deal, now through July 30th. Get MVP pricing on name brand items throughout the store and up to $15 in additional bonus savings. The more you buy, the more you save at Food Lion.
What if there was one store that was the only exclusive Samsung TV partner with 30 Samsung models? What if there was one store that had Samsung's latest hard-to-find 75-inch TVs and smart people that really helped?
A big screen store.
What if there was one store that could install game-changing Bose sound and had furniture made just for your new Samsung TV? And what if this one store had the best service and ended the price discussion by selling as low as online? That one store is the Big Screen Store. Locations in Maryland and Virginia.
Coming up after traffic and weather blowing the lid off of what's going on inside Washington. 7:08.
103.5 WTOP Radio. Traffic and weather together on the 8th.
Updating the situation on the outer loop of the Beltway right now. You're finding delays on the top side now near New Hampshire toward Georgia Avenue. So that's starting to fill in a bit. In Virginia, before Van Dorn Street, watch out for the tractor-trailer tire reported in your left center lane. Eastbound on the southeast southwest freeway at the entrance to the northbound 3rd Street tunnel, a report of a wreck. In northeast, Montana Avenue is closed between New York Avenue and 18th Street. They're currently cleaning up a fuel spill in that area. Also, water main break repair on northbound Adelphi Road between 410 and University Boulevard at Van Buren Street. It's the left lane that gets you by. Northbound Connecticut between Jones Bridge Road and the Beltway, the work zone takes the left lane of 3, so you do have a couple of lanes getting you by. Southbound, your lanes remain open. Volume building on 95 in Virginia, northbound out of Dale City to the Prince William Parkway, northbound 395, just a slow point through Landmark, and eastbound 66 starting to back up, passing 50 toward 123, and again at the Beltway. Southbound 123 after Lee Chapel Road, looks like that wreck may have cleared, and if you're taking Metro this morning, we did have your train to single tracking on the red line. This was between Grosvenor and Medical Center, but that's been fixed, so trains are now running with the regular schedule right now, but still expect some residual delays in both directions. Dedicated to serving those who serve, Black Box designs and builds many of the largest security, communication, and network infrastructures in government. Powered by Brocade. Visit blackbox.com/government solutions. I'm Rita Kessler, WTOP Traffic.
High pressure still in charge and begins to break down today, but not before we get the heat in here. Excessive heat warnings in place for D.C., Baltimore, Arlington, Falls Church, Alexandria starting at noon until 8. That's where we'll find heat indices 110. Heat advisory still in place for Northern Virginia and through Montgomery County, Maryland. Points east, again, from noon to 8. That's where we'll find heat indices 105 to 109. Dangerous heat out there. Isolated showers and storms this afternoon. More scattered in nature tomorrow afternoon through tomorrow evening. Weather updated around the clock on WTOP ABC7's Lauren Ricketts.
We're on the way. 82 at Reagan National right now. 79 outside the Glass Enclosed Nerve Center. Brought to you by McRae Heating and Air.
It's 7:11, and Washington is arguably the most powerful city in the world. And now we're pulling the curtain back as we're joined this morning live by Mark Leibovich, who's author of the new book, This Town. Mark, Good morning. Great to have you with us today. You have described inside Washington as carnival-like in a way that even Americans who don't have a great view of Washington, D.C. lawmakers might be surprised. Explain that.
First of all, it's great to be here. I mean, I think one of the things I tried to do in this book was to juxtapose the level of, frankly, economic prosperity, the level of party, the level of sort of frivolity that goes on in the Capitol, and contrast it with really certainly the economic struggles that the rest of the country has had. I don't think there's a full understanding of what goes on here from people outside of town.
Aren't you part of the club, though, that you poke fun at here?
Very much so, yeah. No, I'm very honest about it. I mean, I worked for a major news organization. Before I worked for the New York Times, I worked for the Washington Post for 9 years. So I have to come clean, sure. As someone who chooses to cover politics and chooses to live here and raise his family here, I had to say that, look, I'm running from the inside, I'm running from the inside willingly, but that's my perspective, and I don't really have any other choice.
Now, your book has angered a few people, and that's a nice way to put it. And I find that a little interesting. In an era with tweets and so much communication on social media, it seems you really have popped the cork on a champagne that hasn't been opened in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, what's been interesting about the criticism, it's been mostly of the how dare he variety, right? The notion that someone inside should not be speaking critically about other people inside. And to that I say, look, I mean, if that's going to make people uncomfortable, I think there needs to be more discomfort in Washington journalism circles.
Are you expecting to get invited to more parties anytime soon?
I expect I probably will be. I honestly don't care that much. I mean, people seem to be focusing on the parties because, I mean, the notion that this is a big part of my life is just wrong. But no, I mean, I think one thing I've learned over many years here is that people will talk to you and people will invite you to things if they think it's in their best interest. And one thing you also learn is that if you have a job that people will be, for whatever reason, impressed by, they will invite that job to the party. They will not invite you personally to the party. So that's a distinction I make.
So if those who are in power in Washington, including some of those involved in media, have such power and influence right now, do they have